Yo, what's up YouTube? This is me, Paul Madfish, and today's video is going to be a video that quite a few of my subscribers have asked me for. It's about discus fish care and how I look after my discus fish. So what I'm going to do is just cut to the tank and talk you through it. So first of all, we'll look at tank setup. What we need is a great form of filtration on this tank. Discus fish like an over-filtrated tank. This is very important for good water maintenance. They don't take well to massive swings in water quality. Next of all, we need a lower level of light. We don't need it blinding the fish. Where they originally come from is areas of the Amazon River, streams and tributaries, which is very mucky and dark. Next of all, we need to look at water movement. They like flow in the tank. Contrary to popular belief, I mean, I've got 3 power heads in this tank moving the water around it. This tank, I'll just step back so you can see, is a 6-foot tank. It's 2.5 foot deep by 2 foot deep the other way. So 2.5 foot high by 2 foot deep the other way. And they like the flow. They like to go and play in that water movement. Next off, we'll look at the decor. We need plenty of hiding spots for the fish. You know, when they get a bit freaked out, hold on, why is this geezer with a camera filming me? You know, they just want to get out of the way, go and hide. So we need to provide them wood and plants, preferably real plants. Mine are plastic. Because of the RO water, it cost me an absolute fortune to dose with fertilisers and stuff like that. They like the wood. They love the rocks, as you can see. That one over in the back corner. There's a fish in the back corner which is being hidden. Somewhere to hide when they're a bit freaked out. So next, let's look at the water quality. We need to maintain great water quality, and we do this via regular water changes, weekly basis water changes. The fish don't like big swings in pH. The pH stability is more important, in my opinion, than a pH of 6.0 to 7.0. My fish are surviving in a higher pH than that, but it's a very stable pH. As long as you go through a steady drip acclimation, they'll be fine. What else have we got? If you are using RO water, you definitely need to use a remineralizing agent, because RO water strips out all the goodies and all the baddies out of the water. So we need to use a remineralizing agent. Also, it's good to put in some form of peat balls. I use peat balls, and I use Indian almond leaves to soften the water and condition it. It does put a bit of a tannin in the water, but that, as you can see, is not clear in my tank. It's not showing up as a cloudy brown horrible mess. So next we'll cover buying the fish. I recommend you buy your fish at 3 inches plus. They've gone through most of the growing out process, the hard times, the heavy feeding, and they tend to survive better, you know. And always when buying new fish, you need to quarantine them before putting them into your main tank. Like this is obviously my display tank, but I quarantine my fish. They can go through 2, 3, 4 weeks of quarantine, you know, if I'm not happy, if something doesn't look quite right. And what I do is a routine medication. So I'll gill and fluke worm all my fish on arrival. Well, I'll give them a few days to calm down, and then I'll fluke worm them. Next, we need to look at adding the fish. As I mentioned before, they're sensitive to swings in water change, so we need to acclimate them to the water very slowly using the drip acclimation. You do this using a bit of airline with a knot tied in the end. I've got a video on that if you want to check that out. We need to feed them a good quality mixed diet. So I feed on frozen beef heart and pellet food and flake food. I don't feed live food just because it's not readily available to me around here, so I don't feed that, and they're doing great. How often do I feed them? I feed them little and often. So I'll feed them maybe 5 times a day, but small amounts. I obviously make sure that I watch the fish eat, so I make sure that everybody's getting something. It's a good way of checking that they're healthy when they all come to the front scavenging. Next, what else? We need to look at discus fish tank mates. Discus fish do not go with African cichlids, the big Central American, South American cichlids. We've got to be careful on the tank mates we choose due to aggression. These are quite a peaceful fish until the breeding, and then they're going to start attacking one another and anything else that comes near the fry or the eggs. So in my tank, the tank mates I've got, as you can see, I've got angelfish. I think I've got 7 angelfish in with my discus. I've got the red line or rosy line torpedo barbs. I've got German blue rams, electric blue rams,